Okay, these are steps for repairing a window regulator on driver's door side. It probably is about the same for all the other doors on the Volvo. This is a V40 1.9 turbo. Here's what the problem was. So this is the old motor, made in France, factory, it's year 2000. So it's like pretty old. So, doesn't happen. We do the window motor, and you can see the gear turns. There's like some kind of a rubber thing in here that broke. I wouldn't say it's a poor design, but it keeps a lot of shock from being transmitted in the window operation. So the motor I bought was a Chinese one as a replacement, I guess. It's a different configuration. I can't switch the motor out. This is like a 2-screw one, and it has blades for the connections. So, and I can't really, I'm going to have to test the sequence on it. But anyhow, a rebuilt one probably has a new gear in it. It's going to have this 3-blade deal. So anyhow, these are Torx 30 bolts that connect this to the regulator. So you can use these type of Torx wrenches, 30. You need to do this job, you need 30 Torx, and then also pretty much like a number 7 Phillips head. So anyhow, I'm going to take off first. There's a screw behind here. I'm going to remove that, remove this part. There's a cap in the door handle. It's right here. There's this little cap right here. Pop that off with a tiny screwdriver. Take a Phillips screw out of here. It'll be going down in there. There's 2 Phillips screws on this end. There's additional one up here. In all, we had, let's see, we had 1, 2 in the front. The shorter one goes on the top, the longer one goes on the bottom, longer one on the bottom. The tinier one holds the door latch, the small door latch piece in. The next longer one goes into the back, and then these 2 ones go in the back of the door. And they all have these little tiny clip things over top of the screw heads anywhere where there's an exposed screw. The window is held in by 2 of these Torx 30 bolts. So one is right there, the other one you have to lower the window. When the window's broken, you're able to just by hand push it down, and you can access the screw through this hole right here. I removed all these clips and pulled the door harness out of the way. That made it a little bit easier, but you have 2, 4, 7 10mm bolts to remove. So first remove the 2 Torx 30s. This is one. The other one, you can see where it would go on the other end of this. This is the part right here, actually. So actually, it's installed like this. You have 2 10mm ones on the top, 2 10mm ones on the bottom. Those are those back here. The 2 Torx 30s are here and here that go through the window. Don't over tighten those. And then to remove the motor, there's those 3 10mm bolts. They're pretty snug, so you may want to have, in addition to the to a 10mm, you may want to have a socket like a ratchet that goes on an extension. This is kind of my makeshift tool that's everything to everybody, every bolt. But here's a problem with the Chinese one. This is the factory clip with the blades, and this is what the Chinese give us. 2 of these, so I'm going to have to cut in the wiring harness and figure out. I'm guessing red goes to red, and then blue would go into green, but we'll see. I'll post in the comment section which way it was, but I'm going to have to kind of chop up this wiring harness a little bit and use some twist caps or something to put those together, which is going to be a problem because there's a lot of vibration in the door, and next thing you know the window won't work and I'll have to tear it all apart again. But anyhow, just so you can see also, to get to the window, there's actually this little strip right here that needs to, that's kind of a goes in there. You'll need to get that off and get the door panel off. You also have to pop off this piece. I think I broke mine. So you had these little blades right here, but I'm hoping that this will be enough to hold it in place in there. Just pry it, I guess, straight off, I guess is what I did. So anyhow, good luck with yours. I'll post any comments in the section below, and happy Volvo motoring.